Hello, so this is part one of my series on expressions, idioms in English. In English, we have a lot of expressions, and a lot of expressions relate to animals. So I'm going to start off straight away, go into it. The first expression we're going to look at is an expression which I use a lot. It's been used for centuries, this expression, so it's extremely old. And it doesn't make sense in modern English, but the expression is hold your horses. So literally, tenere I cavalli, hold the reins to stop your horses. It just means to stop, slow down, stop what you're doing, calm down, slow down. And holding your horses would be if you had a horse and carriage, or you had horse and you're just stopping. So it just means to stop or slow down. Hold your horses. So someone's going ahead with something and you want to say, slow down, stop, go, hey, hold your horses, hold your horses. They may be telling you a story, or they're going into something quickly and you want them to slow down or stop. So the next expression is the elephant in the room. So we always refer to it, the elephant in the room. So l'elefante nella stanza, it doesn't make much sense, but it just means there's a big problem that no one's addressing, no one's talking about. So we went for dinner, but no one spoke about the elephant in the room. There was an underlying problem no one wanted to face, no one wanted to talk about. And you imagine if you had a room and an elephant in it, it would take up most of the room. You would see it, it would be evident, it would be obvious, and it would be as if you ignored it, you didn't see it. So when there's a big problem, but you're not facing it, you're ignoring it. Sta ignorando un problema grosso che ce l'hai. No one spoke about the elephant in the room at dinner because no one wanted to talk about the real problem that they had. The next expression is when pigs fly. So pigs, maiali volano, quando maiali volano. And it means when the impossible will happen. So if you imagine it's impossible for a pig to fly, when something, you'd be like, oh, that will happen when pigs fly. So something, it's impossible that it's going to happen. È impossibile. It's not going to happen. It would only be able to happen if pigs could fly, which would be impossible. Okay. To get or to have your ducks in a row. So ducks in a row, it could come from ducks when they travel about. If you have ducks with their baby ducklings, they will all be in a row. So they're all organized in fila. In a row just means in fila. It just means to be very organized, prepared for something before you do it. So if you get your ducks in a row, for retirement, for when you retire, quando ritiri dal lavoro, means that you have everything organized. You have a pension, you have a retirement plan, you have the money, you have a plan, you're going to travel, you're going to do whatever, then you have your ducks in a row. Or before you started a new business, you'd have all your ducks in a row, you'd have the money ready, you have investors, you have everything organized, planned to perfection. Okay, so often people don't have their ducks in a row when they do things. But just the expression means that they're very organized, everything's ready to start. So they're prepared for something. Monkey business is the next one. So monkey business. So monkeys have the idea of being cheeky, birichini. So monkey business. So someone's up to monkey business. They could be up to shenanigans. Shenanigans is a great word also to learn in English. Means messing around, playfulness. People messing around. Monkey business could also be referred to sex, having sex. But not only, monkey business could be anything where you're just messing around. You're being playful, being silly, doing something silly. It's not really something illegal, just something funny, silly. Could be that che guai, but like messing around in a not too serious way, but playing around. The next one is cold turkey. Cold turkey. So tacchino freddo. Okay, so just imagine the skin of a turkey, which is cold. So it has, we say goose pumps or goose pimples when you're cold. The skin of a cold turkey, I don't know why. It's a turkey and not a chicken or anything else, but it just is. And it means when you stop something, you go cold turkey, you stop something abruptly, very quickly, fermi qualcosa subito, improvvisamente. So usually used in reference to when someone drinks alcohol, maybe they're addicted, maybe they're an alcoholic, and they stop suddenly, or they're taking medication and they go cold turkey. They stop their medication from taking it to completely nothing. They don't wind it down. So someone who's taking antidepressants, they shouldn't go cold turkey. And the same with an alcoholic. They should not go cold turkey because it can create problems. You could say he stopped drinking, he went cold turkey, he stopped drinking. I mean, he stopped drinking. He didn't start drinking less. He just completely stopped from going to full on to nothing. The next expression is bull in a china shop. So a bull in a china shop. Imagine a bull, un toro, in a china shop. A china shop is in un negozio di piatti, bicchieri, posate, delicate things, basically, household things that can break easily if you drop them. So to literally have a bull in a china shop, you can imagine it would be destruction. Probably glass would fall, it would break, it would turn around. And it just means someone who is very clumsy, someone who is very careless. So they could be physically clumsy. So they could be someone who walks around, they knock things over. Cats usually do it on purpose. But people who seem to trip up, they knock things over, they drop things, they break things easily. But it also could be careless in a non-literal sense. So someone who just creates disasters in other ways. They forget things. Next one is an earworm. So un verme nell'orecchio, literally translated, an earworm. And it just means something that's stuck in your head, stuck. So like the most obvious example is a catchy song, a song which is catchy. It catches you, ti prende. You can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop singing it in your head, humming it. And an earworm is something like that. You can't stop thinking about it. It's a catchy song. It's stuck in your ears, so that's all you can hear. Next one is an eager beaver. So a beaver is an animal that makes dams, builds dams, stops rivers. I don't know why they're considered eager. Eager just means very enthusiastic, enthusiasti, someone who's very eager. So an overly enthusiastic person. They're an eager beaver. So an example would be if you were having an event or someone came very early and they were very excited and they came half an hour before. They sono arrivati in anticipo. They'd be an eager beaver. They're very, they can't wait to start. They're very enthusiastic. Another expression is running around like a headless chicken. Okay, so a chicken without a head. Un pollo senza testa. It's obviously a bit macabre. It's a bit of a morbid kind of expression, probably based on when people butcher chickens themselves. They would cut the heads off and the chicken continues to run around. So the idea in your head is pretty awful, but without a head, the chicken obviously is running around in circles. It has nowhere to go. It doesn't see anything. It doesn't know where it's going. It's very ineffective. It's very chaotic. If you talk about a person, I was running around like a headless chicken. I was rushing. I was very disorganized, ineffective. Ero incasinata. But it doesn't. They're not. It means someone who's very busy, very stressed, probably, but they're not actually getting anything done properly because they're so stressed or they're rushing too much. Cioè sono troppo in fretta per essere utile, per essere efficace. Okay, another expression is to get someone's goat. So this comes from horses. When horses used to race horses, they used to bring a goat to stay with the horse, to calm the horse down, so to make the horse feel calmer before it went in for its race. And to get someone's goats would be that people would steal the goat from the horse, from the area where there was a horse, to stress the horse out, and it would make the horse less efficient, or less would make the horse more stressed, and there may be problems in the horse race because someone got the goat which was with the horse. So when you say to get someone's goat, it just means to upset, to irritate them. It could also mean to anger them. Okay, the next expression is a cock and bull story. So a cock is a male rooster, so a chicken, a male, and a bull is a toro. So a cock and bull story is a made-up story. It's it's a lie. It could also be a story that is partially based on truth, but it's been exaggerated a lot, so it becomes completely untrue. The origins are apparently that there was two pubs, because pubs have names like the Cock, the Bull, and apparently there were two pubs. One was called the Cock, one was called the Bull, and travellers used to stop there and tell stories, and often they used to be untrue stories. This expression came from the Cock and Bull, which are two different pubs where people told tall stories. We say tall stories, racconti alti, racconti non veri. So they're lies, or they're fabrications, they're exaggerations of the truth. And that's all it means. And then just a little extra on the end of this. I just want to add some little extras of expressions with using animals, which are quite entertaining. It's slightly more vulgar, the expression bollocks, which just means something's rubbish, something's terrible. Bollocks is obviously it comes from the word balls, which are testicles, balle, or le palle in Italian. So not polite English, but there's an expression which says the dog's bollocks, which actually doesn't mean, it means something's the best, something's amazing. It's the best of a kind. It's the dog's bollocks, It would be used in a very casual, informal setting, obviously. But there's other ways of saying the dog's bollocks, the best of a kind, which are not vulgar at all. And you could use them. And probably you've heard them, the cat's whiskers. So the whiskers are the things that come out on a cat's face. We would say the cat's whiskers. So something's top. It's amazing. It's the best. Or it's the bee's knees. Which doesn't make much sense if you translate it. The cat's meows, you can also say. The cat's meows, the cat's pyjamas. That's the cat's pyjamas, that's the top, that's the best. So say the fox's socks and the snake's hips. So kind of a bit ridiculous, these expressions, but kind of entertaining. I'd say the most common ones were the dog's bollocks, the cat's pyjamas, the cat's whiskers, I'd say the most common ones. And it's just saying something is the best of. But remember that also bollocks in English usually means rubbish. Something's crap, something's rubbish, spazzatura, terribile. And you would use it when you're annoyed about something as well. So you just might say bollocks, I'm really annoyed about that, etc. So just remember that it has two different meanings in different contexts. And that's English. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe. And if you have any questions about anything I've talked about today, please comment. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you.